I'm not too concerned with what other teams are doing, but I do want to posit around like 21-ish. Just because I think that's a natural progression for the 49ers to start the trade up conversation. Not saying we should trade up. And for the people that are like, we had 10 picks in this draft left because you traded one of the 7th rounders for Malik. Got a starting defensive tackle, which is awesome. There's some players available. Look at this. So right now, the Eagles are on the clock at pick 22. And here's what's left on the big board. You have Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback. That's a surprise. Jared Verse, edge, Florida State. If you're one of those people, there's 3 edges in this class that are deemed, top tier caliber players. Jared Verse, one of them, Florida State guy. Latu's available too. So you got 2 edge guys. You got Jerzon Newton, the defensive tackle, which is a legit possibility since the Armstead cutting, Kool-Aid Ministry, Chop Robinson, Tyler Guyton, Graham Barton, Adonai Mitchell, Darius Robinson. There's a lot of guys that are there that I'm like, ooh, Jordan Morgan, Ennis Rakeshaw, the slot corner out of Missouri. There's guys. And so I'm sitting here like, okay, what would it cost to trade up? I'm not sure it's really worth it. If we were trading up, it'd be one of these edge guys. But then I'm like, there's 2 of them. Why don't we just wait a little bit and kind of see? So I'm going to unpause it and pause it again in a second. So right there, the next 2 picks were the corner, Quinyon Mitchell and Chop Robinson. We're at pick 24 now. I'm going to keep going. Guyton went and Kool-Aid Ministry went. There's still 2 defensive ends. We're picking in 2, 4, 6 spots. You've got 2 D ends. You've got Jerzon Newton. I'd be fine with that. Grant Barton, fine with that. Darius Robinson, fine with that. We've got 4 players sitting there that I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I'm gonna keep rolling. Okay, Adonai Mitchell went. All right, Darius Robinson went. So we're picking in 4, and I'm just gonna let it roll because I'm fine with what falls to me at 31 now. And trading up for an edge, that's a Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch thing. I would not be upset if they did that, and I do not expect Verse and Latu to fall at all. That's not something that I am expecting, but I'm going to let it go. So we're going to see what happens here. Worthy versus Newton went. So now the 49ers on the clock. We got some offers. I'm just going to set those aside for now. Let's talk about what is available. And I like this right here from Dumpster Fire Dan. He says, I'm convinced they'll take a defensive tackle at 31. One of the big 3 will be available: Rook, Newton, Murphy. Well, if we look at, what's there now, Rook has got to be available. He's way down the list, according to this. I like Rook. Arroyo. Did he go? Yeah, he's 62 overall on mock draft database. So he's not there for me, but I'm with you. I think defensive tackle is extremely high on this list. Extremely high. So just best available overall. Then we'll look at the trades that came through. Latu, that seems just like I would have been fine if the Niners traded up for him. We got his brother. If the medicals check out, edge, huge position of need. Absolutely just adore this kid. Whenever I was talking about him, here's what I wrote. 23 years old, ideal size and get off, very polished, great hands, great versus the run and pass, coachable, pure skill as an edge rusher. And the whole time, he doesn't remind me of Bosa, but his hands do. He doesn't play like Bosa, but he is a guy that wins not with talent like a Chase Young or a Myles Garrett or burst like a TJ Watt. This dude is a technician with his arms and hips and shoulders. And like, he is just fluid. I have no problem whatsoever. Now, having said this, I don't know what his medicals are. This is another guy that was retired. Dude was done with football. And that could cause the drop. It's up to each individual team. Are you comfortable with this? Now, we had an edge player that was almost identical, and that was Jordan Phillips out of Miami. How'd that pan out? Dude is a freak. It was a crazy value. Should have been a top 5 pick. I had him ranked really high. But again, I don't know the medicals. So that's up to everybody individually on that, right? Graham Barton's there. Bo Nix fell, the quarterback. That might be somebody somebody's trying to trade up for. Ladd McConkey, Keon Coleman, Penix Jr., Jordan Morgan, Ennis Rakestraw, Troy Franklin. Like, there's so many guys. Zach Frazier, gosh. Kingsley Suamatia. Like, so if you want to tackle, Kingsley's probably your first choice. And so some people are probably upset because it's like, man, we don't have a tackle here. But I'm fine with Graham Barton. I'm fine with Latu would be my pick, hands down. Like, that just seems easy. The 49ers see it quarterback, then defensive end. Those are the two most important positions in the NFL. That's the way they see it. That's the way I see it as well. You're either the quarterback or you're stopping the quarterback. Or you're helping the quarterback. Like, you fall into one of those 3 categories. Which one are you? And so if you're not the quarterback, are you stopping them or are you helping them? Those 3. Boom, boom. Those are the 3 tiers. So if I'm drafting here, Latu's the pick, easy. Do I think that he will fall that far? I do not. You can see Mock Draft Database has him at number 17 overall. But the medicals could cause a Reuben Foster-esque. It's a gamble. Niners have stayed away from these players in the past early on after Reuben Foster and after Kinlaw. So I don't know. Let's look at the trades. Okay, this one's stupid. Oh, no. That's not one of the offers. I clicked the wrong button. My bad. Okay, the Cardinals have offered a trade, which they have the most picks in this draft. So it kind of makes sense there. Divisional trades do happen. The Cardinals want our pick, number 31 currently. They are willing to give up number 35 overall, a 4th rounder this year, plus a 5th and 6th rounder next year. So you're falling back 4 spots and getting a 4th this year, a 5th and 6th next year. That's not a bad trade. It really, really isn't. The Jaguars, this one's a little too crazy for me with the Niners trying to win now. The Jaguars won our current pick. That's it. But they're only going to give us a 3rd and a 4th this year. So pick number 96 and 114 overall. However, do you want to stock up in the future? Because they're offering us their 2nd, 5th, and 7th rounder next year. And that could be a top 40 pick. But I'm going to say no to this because, again, I want picks now. Our championship window is now. I would love to get that early 2nd rounder next year, but no, I want a premium player this draft. We haven't had that opportunity since the Trey Lance trade. So, like, yeah, I'm staying away from that. Texans, what's up, D'Amico? What you got for us? They want pick 31. They're going to give us their 2nd, 3rd, 2 7ths, but their 2nd round pick isn't until 59. So we'd be dropping back 28 spots. Again, I'm not liking this trade. You get a 2 and a 3, which I like that. But then, they're offering a 5th and a 7th next year. I don't like it. Here we go. The Steelers, they're offering us pick 51 in the 2nd round. Their their 3rd round pick, number 84, their 6th round pick, and next year's 4th. Not bad, but we'd be dropping back 20 spots. I'm sorry, guys. I'm rejecting all of these trades. As GM, I'm saying no. We're not doing it. We've got guys on the board. So now I'm going to turn it over to you. Democracy is here. I might overrule. Who do you guys want here? My decision comes down to Latu, Graham Barton, and Ennis Rakestraw. I like Zach Frazier more than most, but I understand that Graham Barton fits what the 49ers do so much better because he could come in right now and compete at right tackle or center. You know what I mean? That's what he could do. If you bring in Frazier, he could just compete at center and left guard, maybe right guard. Latu's the pick, though, right? Latu's got to be the pick. I think it's too simple. Mike says he likes the Cardinals trade. Man, it's just falling back just too much for me. It's too much. Yeah, Tommy says, man, got to be Latu. Has a chance for immediate impact, super high ceiling. We have his brother on the roster. Maybe we just drafted the wrong one. There's no wrong player. Yeah, I'm taking it. So we're going Latu. I'm drafting him.